risk awareness fact sheet. Let's go ahead and get this. Driver education curriculum objectives are centered around risk awareness factors for young drivers. All of you are young drivers. Okay, driving inexperience. You don't have a lot of experience. Passengers. The more people you have in a car, the more likely you are to crash. Road and weather conditions. Wintertime driving, summertime driving, fall time driving, nighttime driving, impaired driving, distracted driving, and seatbelt use. We will all cover this information. The fact sheets are supplemental material. I'm a driver's ed instructor. I want to give you as much information as possible to make sure you learn. If you choose not to take good notes, that's your fault. I'm going to treat you like an adult. I'm not going to hold your hand. I'm not going to say write every single word down, but you need to paraphrase this and write it down in your own words because you will be tested. And if you fail your test, you can't blame me and say, oh, he didn't go over everything. I'm going over everything in detail. The overall goal is to help teen and young adult drivers to become safe drivers and to reduce teen crashes, injuries, and fatalities. What's up, Jackson? Unless otherwise indicated, young drivers are drivers 16 and 17, okay? It may be shifted because of COVID, and that could be 19, that could be 20, that could be 21, because things have shifted. A lot of people are not driving because they're scared to drive. Let's get right into it. Why should young drivers 16 to 17, and let's just say under 25, be concerned? 16,790 16 and 17-year-old drivers are involved in property damage, injury, and fatal crashes, meaning you hit a stop sign, you bump into a garage, you might hit the school, you hit a building, you're going through the drive-through getting a coffee, and you hit part of the building. Okay, no big deal. Yes, it's property damage. Your parents' insurance will cover that. 10% of 16 and 17-year-old drivers were involved in a crash during their first 3 years of driving. During your first 3 years of driving, you will be involved in a crash. It's statistical information. 9.2% of 16-year-olds will have a crash before their 17th birthday. Some of you may be above this. Some of you may be below this. 78 16 and 17-year-olds were involved in fatal crashes involving a driver, passenger, bicyclist, or pedestrian. We know that there are e-bikes. This does not talk about e-bikes. We know that it gets dark in certain areas in the state, in the county. We know that bicyclists, there are more people riding bikes. Bicyclists should ride with the flow of the traffic. Passengers should walk against the flow of the traffic, but they don't. Approximately 27 young drivers were involved in fatal car crashes in 2016 and in 2020. I don't know when they do these surveys. It could be every 4 years. So you need to be aware of this because more people are dying. Why? Just because of what I said. More e-bikes, e-scooters, more people are riding those devices because they're cheaper. It costs a lot of money to have a car. You got to pay insurance. You have to have a job. You got to put gas in your car. You got to maintain your car. So many of you won't have a car. You're going to drive your mom and dad's car. And those of you who are lucky enough to have a car, then you understand, hey, I got to get tires by the end of the fall. Hey, I've got to get my motor tuned up. Hey, I need to get an oil change, but it can't happen till next month because my check has to go toward my new gaming system. Or, hey, I can't take the trip to Texas because I've got to get my car repaired. So you're going to have to make those decisions, and that comes with maturity. You can't always have your hand out to mom and dad. Your mom and dad will help you. They love you. But if you're working and keeping your grades up in high school or community college, your parents are like, we'll take care of you as long as you're respectful. If you're disrespectful, then don't have your hand out for help. Main reasons young drivers crash: inexperience. You don't know what you're doing. I'm going to tell you the truth today. You don't know what you're doing. Why? It takes up to 10 years for a new driver to become experienced. If you're 17, 27. If you're 16, 26. If you're 15, 25. Many of you are very impatient. At around 25, you're out of college. You better be out of high school. It times out at about 20 years old. You're probably working. You shouldn't be living in your mom's basement. You should be living in your dad's basement. You're probably in your second year, third year of college. You should not be having kids. I'm not against kids, but kids can wait. But some of you won't listen. Failure to adjust speed for traffic, curves, and slick surfaces. You drive too fast. We'll go through this. Failure to recognize hazardous situations. I just talked about this. Heavy traffic, ice on the road, congestion in downtown areas, downtown Metro Detroit, downtown Houston, Texas, downtown Chicago, Illinois, downtown Windsor. Next, lack of attention to driving, meaning you're looking at something on your phone. You see Frenchie the Bulldog. You see the cat driving on TikTok. You see your mom slipping and falling because your dad took a sneak picture of her falling down the steps. And he said, hey, look at this funny picture. And then you almost crash. I'm just going to go through discussion items. You pick one and type it in. Identify and explain possible errors and inexperience. You pick one. You type in the answer. I'm not going to tell you which one. Next. Why are new drivers at such high risk compared to other age drivers? Number 3, how far reaching is the impact of young drivers on passengers is killed in a crash? Last one, how about the impact on a driver or passenger who survives the crash? Meaning, if you were driving and your friend, your best buddy, your best girl, your boy, they died and you didn't. How do you feel about that? You got blood on your hands for life. So you need to pick one of those questions and answer them. I'm going to keep moving to bring you value. Next, when do young drivers crashes occur? This is United States data. Then it's going to go to the county. Between 1996, when the first stage 3 graduated license started in the United States. Let's clap hands again. In 1996, the United States of America decided to go to a graduated license. Why are you so happy? Because less teen drivers are dying. They implemented this. Between 1996, the first stage 3 graduate license program was implemented in the United States. They started around 1996, but finally they got it together in 2015. Teen crash declined by 53%. It went from 5,819 to 2,715. Those of you who love numbers, I love numbers like I'm the #1 ranked video player in my game. I love numbers. I'm the #1 player getting views. 50.4% of all young driver fatal car crashes happen in daylight. So you guys are driving in daylight and crashing. Don't understand. Next, 31.4% of all young driver fatal car crashes happen on dark roads, meaning you crash into something at night. You can't see at night. Why do you think the graduated license across the United States says you have to be in at a certain time? Because you crash, but yet you want to argue with your mom, why do I have to come in? I'm going to call your father. I'll come home. John, you need to talk to your daughter. Don't scream at her, just ask her. She's not listening to me. Put me on the phone. Honey, just come home. Well, she keeps screaming at me. Okay? I'm just seeing faces for a moment. I'm talking real. I want to show you real. That's why I'm here. I'm not even going to waste your time. Okay, let's get back to this. So you got to be home at a certain time because we're losing you at night. Now, unless you have a permit or permission from your place of employment, I almost said unemployment. I'm keeping pushing. Next, the most dangerous time for young driver fatal car crashes is the 3-hour period after school, 2 to 5 p.m. That's the most dangerous. Remind me not to be on the road. Again, 2 to 5 p.m. is the most dangerous time. We're going straight to Form 6. We're already at 4. That's your most dangerous time. And that's when you guys get out of school. That's when you go fast through the parking lot, run over your favorite teacher, run over your principal, run over your boyfriend who cheated, run over your girlfriend who cheated, run over your, you understand what I'm saying? You're not running over anyone. I see you laughing. Yeah, we know, because you are emotional. We are emotional. If someone cheated on you, like, oh my God, get him. Anyway, let me calm down. Okay, so parking lots are very dangerous places. All of you know this. Okay, why are you speeding through the parking lot? Because I got a job at Tim Hortons and I'm late. So you're gonna speed through the parking lot. It's your first day of work. Bruh, you're gonna show up late to work? You're gonna get fired. No, I'm not. I'll be there in 3 minutes. No, there are 4 lights and they're all red and they take 3 minutes each. You're gonna get fired your first day. You won't even get a check your first day. So 16.8% of young driver fatal car crashes occur between 9 p.m. and midnight. You have no business being out at night. No, I want to stay up to 10:30. No, your mother's sending you a text. Your dad is calling my mom. Why are you here? I guess I'll go home now. Yeah, you'll go home because you're about to get in trouble. Next, 14.6% of young driver fatal car crashes happen midnight to 6 a.m. You're not hanging out past midnight. Don't even pretend. I got a video, bro. No, it's in your backyard. You not out. You all sat in your backyard. Next, 30.7% of young driver fatal car crashes happen Friday. It's Thursday, baby. Guess what? Fatal car crashes will happen tomorrow. Why are you manifesting this on me, my boy? I'm just telling you truth. Don't be mad at me. Young driver fatal car crashes happen on Friday and Saturday. You might see it on the test. Nationwide, love our nation, the United States. Ha! Nationwide, more than 30% of deaths involving teen drivers occur during what is called the 100 deadliest days, the period that runs from Memorial Day to Labor Day. Guess what? It's getting ready to happen. The most 100 deadliest days. Oh, I can't go to Cedar Point? You can go to Cedar Point. I can't go see my grandma in Chicago? You can go see your grandma in Chicago. I can't go see my uncle in Kansas? You can go see your uncle in Kansas. But they're 900 miles away. And your tire's a ball head. And your car runs like crap. And you fighting with your mom. And your dad put $500 in your account. You're going to go and you're going to break down. Dad, can you come and get me? I'm not even going to talk to mom. I'll be there in 6 hours. I support life. I support liberty. I support justice. Next, let's continue. Over a 5-year period, from 2016 to 2020, the highest number of young driver fatal car crashes was 16 and occurred in June. So something happened in June. Some of you got out of pocket. Let's talk about these discussion items. I'm just going to read them all. You type in your answer. What is a level 2 intermittent license? What are the nighttime restrictions? And why does it make sense? Some of you would say, bro, it doesn't make sense. I'm a young person and I should be able to have that freedom. Well, sometimes young people need direction from their teacher, from their coach, from a member of the church, from the neighbor friend down the street. No one's trying to yeah, we are trying to tell you what to do. We are telling you what to do. Get your butt in before 10. What happens if I get caught? Well, you're going to stay on level 1 or level 2 for a longer time. Why is after school period the most dangerous for young driver fatal car crashes? How can you reduce the risk when driving home? You think about that. You have to come home. Your mother's texting you. Your dad's texting you. You have Life 360. They know where you are. Why are you not moving? It's 3:02. You should have been home at 3:07. I got to go home, guys. Yeah, you got to go home. You can't play like it because you're on Life 360. Why is 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. another dangerous period for young drivers? How can you reduce your risk when driving during this time period?